Once upon a time, there was a young boy, maybe second or third grade. You know, just a little scamp, a little imp, just one of those little land animals running around, causing mischief, getting into trouble, scraping knees, making dioramas, just having a little kid life, you know? Going to school, you know, it all just kind of seemed pretty standard, you know? He's young, so things were still new and fresh, but, you know, he was the kind of young where he's not like a little baby anymore. He's like a big kid. It's like he knows what to do, you know? If someone tried to correct him on, you know, an instruction of a project he was working on, he would say, I know how to do it. If his mom would kiss him on the cheek, he'd say, knock it off, Mom, I'm not a little baby. And even though he was very young, he really started to think that he was master of his destiny, truly a learned champion of the world. And then one summer, a new family moved into the house next to his. And as they were unpacking, and he had his face smushed to the glass of the front window in the front of his house, peering out at the new people, all their boxes, the furniture, the lamps. He saw the parents, but then he saw another little kid. Well, it wasn't a little kid to him, of course. It was a kid the same age as him, so a big kid. But we know better. Another little kid. And the young boy felt this very strange feeling. It felt like curiosity, but also fear, and maybe also he was hungry and also nervous, but happy, but confused, mostly confused. So that weekend, it was a beautiful day, and he went out in front of his house, you know, to mess around, climb a tree, kid stuff. And he saw that the new neighbor kid was out there too, just kind of looking around, maybe trying to figure out the lay of the land. And so the young boy went over to the kid. And in his mind, he was thinking, you know, I know how to make friends, you know. I'm not in preschool, I'm not a baby. I know how to talk to people, you know, I got lots of friends. But when he walked up to this new kid, his mind just completely went blank. And he suddenly couldn't think of anything to say. And when he opened his mouth, he didn't say hello or his name or ask for their name. The first thing he said was just, Do you like your address? Do you like your new address? And the new kid just looked at him, very confused by this question. And there was a moment where the little boy felt that he had blown it, that he had really screwed up. Maybe he was just a dumb baby. But then the new kid burst out laughing. Not a mean laugh, not a mocking laugh. A sort of surprised, delighted laugh. And they said, yeah, This address is pretty sick. Do you like your address? And the young boy was just like, yeah, it's the best address on the whole block. And the new kid said, nuh-uh, I have the best address. And they started going back and forth, having what was by all accounts a nonsense conversation. But they were laughing, and immediately the young boy felt so comfortable with this kid. And somewhere in the back of his mind, he understood that if he had started the conversation with something more ordinary, a simple comment, a polite question, they wouldn't be laughing already. They were laughing because he'd said something ridiculous. They were laughing because he hadn't known what to do. And he felt like the other kid didn't know what to do either. But now they both knew that about each other. And there was a very distinct feeling of relief. That they both knew that neither of them knew what they were doing. And sure enough, that's all it took for them to become fast friends. The new kid invited the young boy into their house, which was still full of boxes, showed him all his graphic novels. The young boy helped him alphabetize them on the shelves of his new room. The young boy took his new neighbor to a concert in the park that was happening. They both hated it, but they spent the whole time giggling about how bad it was. And whenever one of the kids would screw up or say the wrong thing or forget something or get something wrong, the other kid would just go with it. Not out of pity, not as a favor, not to be polite, but because that's how their friendship had started, from not knowing what to say or what to do. And that's why their friendship never ended. The end.